this race.
Monster run off turn 2.
Can't get it to the high side. Here he comes. There he goes. Oh, no, Kansas saves, and here they come to the line.
I'm a fortune teller who sees the future, and I see it now.
I'm expecting something with Ferrari this weekend, and he ended up at Hendrick somehow.
Oh, God. No, please. Oh, God. I don't like that thought.
Driving to 5.
I can see the goosebumps that just hit Jacob just now.
Carson.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in almost 4 months.
Has it been 4 months?
It's been a long time, man. Welcome back to Coming to the Line. My name is Jacob Barker, writer for the motorsports section of BSP. And I am once again joined by my good friend, Chris Shoemaker. Chris, it has been a long time since we've talked on a episode or a recording episode together, and B, recorded together in general. How is it going?
It's going all right. Been through the stressful holidays and stuff. It's been a little bit boring without racing, but we're starting to get back into it.
Amen on that, my friend. So before we get started, I feel like we owe a little bit of an explanation why we've gone on a little bit of a hiatus. For me personally, I've got a new job. I've got a full-time job recently where I can support myself and take care of my needs, and usually it's Monday to Friday. I do work Saturdays every once in a while, but I'm busy throughout the day, Monday through Friday. And as you can see, Mason is not here today with us. I texted him last night asking if he could join us. Unfortunately, he could not. Today was the one day of his work week where he had to stay late and do inventory. So Mason, Mason, if you see this, we hope that you can join us next time, buddy. We miss you, dude. We really wish you could be here. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, both myself and Mason have become very busy with our work schedules, and it just
I travel a lot too.
Yeah, you've been traveling a lot. You've not only for the holidays, but in general.
About every 6 weeks, I'm going someplace. Mm-hmm. I go to North Carolina. I live in Florida, and I go to North Carolina on pretty regular occasion. Which that's a 9-hour trip, and that's a whole day. Then it takes a day and maybe a half a day to recover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just seems like that's something that's been going on each and every time we've wanted to record. And we even talked with Paulina every once in a while, asked if she could record. She's been working, she's been busy. So
busy attending F1 races.
Yeah, that too. At Paulina, so just come on. It's like I said, every time we try to record, there's been something going on. But enough of that. Enough of the negativity. It is a new year. Could we call this a new season for the show? I feel like we could possibly call this a new season for the show.
Racing season's about to start, so
unofficial season 2 premiere. Let's not call it season 2 just yet. We will talk about it with Mason and be like, hey, when are we gonna get a new intro, and B, when can we call it season 2?
Yeah.
So
talk shows are weird to call seasons anyway.
I mean, we gotta have fun with it anyway. No, I mean,
although it'd be cool to be in a sitcom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, before we get started with everything, Chris, I know that you said that you had something to show for the audience who are watching right now. I do as well. I got a couple diecasts from a good friend of mine, my father figure, which I told him I don't need any more diecasts because I am slowly running out of room. If I didn't move a couple of my Chase Elliott cars back into their boxes, I moved about 8 Chase Elliott cars back into their boxes mid-September. I would be out of room right about now. I'd be out of room in my diecast cabinet.
Yeah, I'm all out of room myself, so they're sitting here right on my shelf. But anyway, so I got this Richard Petty shirt, which isn't okay. Yeah,
there you go.
I got this Richard Petty shirt. That's not really Richard Petty, as you can see his from Temu, his autograph right there.
Quote autograph.
And then let's see, where is it? Right here. Nope, here. NASCAR.
Yeah. Good old NASCAR. Oh man, you can't beat Temu.
They got some strange stuff on there.
I will say this: since I started working at a bank, I started working at a bank about 2 weeks before my birthday, so I've got a little bit of experience under my belt. Temu is one of the leading websites in scams. Like they don't. It's really hard to describe. It's like
there goes our Temu sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, Temu, but if you purchase on Temu, it can definitely lead to people getting your card. Blah 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 blah. Because that's one of the most frequent things that I see is that after people use Temu, they will get fraudulent charges on their account, on their card. I see that all the time working at a bank. Enough of that. Do you have anything else? Yeah. Do you have anything else that you would like to share with the audience or show them?
I got some new diecasts, but I'm not going to get them. I'll wait for that next episode.
Okay. So I got, like I said, I got 2 new diecasts for me. One, I'm actually pretty excited for. One, I could actually throw in the garbage, but I'm not going to because I'm giving it to my girlfriend. I have to fix it first, and I'm sure you have a good feeling as to who that possibly could be, but you will never guess as to what car I have in my hands right here. Guess the era.
Michael Schumacher.
I mean, you got the first letter of the driver right. You got M, so that narrows it down a little bit.
Rubens Barrichello.
Yes. Congratulations. You have won. No. I have a 2010 Napa Martin Truex Jr. COT ARC.
Oh,
so my friend, he probably has the biggest Truex collection in the world. He has about 95 to 99% of all of the Truex stuff that has been produced, and he collects all of his stuff in Elite.
That's cool.
And this was one of the only cars he could not find in Elite. He found it in Elite. He sent the guy an offer for like $40. It was listed for I think 80, and he got it. So this one is going into my collection.
Does the hood raise?
Yep. So
do the wheels turn?
Yep. So roof flaps deployed, deck lid comes up, and the hood. Well, I had it. There we go. And the hood. I mean, look at that engine detail.
I mean,
look. That is what. That's more than what an Elite today has.
That's great. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is when diecast collecting, I mean, it's still fun, but this is when diecast collecting used to be worth it.
I got me a Dale Jarrett one from, I think, 2003 floating around somewhere.
I might have told this story before, but I have a 2004. It's at least 2004. Dale Jarrett car, his UPS car. And this is my first diecast ever. It's autographed, and my uncle just gave it to me.
Oh, that's cool. Like real autograph?
Real autograph from DJ himself.
That's cool. I hear he's a nice guy.
He seems like he's a really nice guy. So you would really appreciate this more than I would. And like, this is almost poison for me to touch this, but you recognize this car?
Yeah.
So this is Dale Senior Wheaties 1997 Elite, and it has.
I thought that was Austin Dillon for a second.
Oh my God, Mason would be having a meltdown right now if he was here.
Because I saw orange and I saw 3, and I was thinking, you got an Austin Dillon car?
So, yeah. So I am giving this to my lovely girlfriend. And
is she a Dale fan?
So, long story short, and I just broke part of the windshield. It's fine. You saw it live here, folks. So her grandfather, before he passed away, he used to be. So what she's going to do is she has his ashes, and when we move in to the apartment, she has like some kind of cabinet. I don't know what it is specifically, but she has some kind of cabinet that she'll put this car beside his ashes. But I do need to do a couple of like fixings to the car, because what's this, Chris?
Is that the side, the quarter, the window?
Nope.
Oh, the windshield.
Yeah. So windshield is missing, and my father figured, he didn't even know that the windshield was broken, which is completely fine. But I'm not mad or anything, because this car sat in a case for probably 25 years. So, and I have to do some fixing to the window net because it's loose. So I will eventually glue that before we move into the apartment. So those are my few diecasts that I got over Christmas. Well, Christmas, I literally got them last week.
Yeah, I got me a couple of F1 diecast myself, which those came out pretty good.
That's always good. And one more thing,
I'll show them off next time on Line Ball Z.
One thing I almost forgot to mention. You know the NASCAR authentic waves that Lionel does, of the 164 scale diecast?
Yeah.
So I might actually have it right here. I was shopping in Walmart last week and just looking around, just seeing if I could find anything. Let me find the car. So here's this one, which is a cool car.
Yeah.
That's a really cool car. And then something caught my eye. So there's these cars that Lionel does, which is called a chase piece, and it's a car that is in the wave. It's not like it's exclusive. Well, it is exclusive to the wave itself, but it's a car that's already in the wave, but it's in a liquid color finish. And I just happened to look down the shelf, and then I saw this. I saw a liquid color Zane Smith truck. So that's my first chase piece. Yeah. Authentics are in Walmart.
That must be a North Carolina thing because they don't have that here.
It's everywhere. If you can't find them in Walmart's, look in Target. They have them in Target as well.
I'd have to go in the toy aisle.
Yeah.
Is it the toy aisle?
The Hot Wheels and like where they have the Hot Wheels and everything like that.
Yeah.
So that is my first chase piece for NASCAR Authentics in like 5 years I've been collecting Authentics.
That's pretty cool, though.
Anyway, now that we are done rambling about diecast and just gushing about them, let's talk about what we're all here for.
Champion Austin Dillon.
Oh, God. You had to say it.
And his brother Ty is the next.
Much rather have Ty Dillon as a champion than Austin Dillon, honestly. Dillon does good in the Truck Series this year because he got a full-time Truck Series. Yep, he got one with
full-time Xfinity.
Right, he got a full-time truck ride with Rackley.
I saw where Haley Deegan got a full-time Xfinity ride.
Ah, Sirens.
And I didn't do it.
That's the background ambiance. So let's just get into some racing. We've been going on for like 15 minutes now about diecast.
Nothing.
Literally nothing, but you know what? It's fine. It's January. You know what that means. Winter storms, obviously. No, it means the Rolex.
Especially in Florida.
Daytona. Yeah, especially the other night. Oh my goodness. Y'all had tornadoes out the wazoo the other night.
Right here, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, over yonder, it was pretty bad.
All right. The Rolex 24 at Daytona is soon. How are you looking forward to it this year?
I'm always looking forward to it. I could see more sports car racing. I was thinking about this earlier. I think sports car racing in this country, IMSA, is about to be on the mainstream status. It's not there yet, but it's close. And I think they need a video game, a dedicated video game to really put it into mainstream status.
I mean, if IndyCar hasn't gotten a video game yet, then sports car racing.
That's pretty much canceled. I forgot to tell you this off camera, but actually with the IndyCar game, IndyCar went and signed a deal with iRacing.
iRacing, which is fantastic.
Not for me, because I don't play iRacing. I don't want to.
Well, it's funny because iRacing is heading the next NASCAR game, so that could mean maybe we could get an IndyCar game in the next 2-3 years.
Does that mean NASCAR is going to be subscription based?
I don't think so. Because it'll be a full like a full NASCAR game.
I kind of hope not, because that scares, I think, the very casual player away. And I believe the casual player makes up the biggest backbone of video games, of the racing video games.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
But I do think IMSA is right on the cusp of being mainstream. But like I said, it needs a little bit more exposure, like being on network TV plus a video game. then I think it would cross the line into being full-on mainstream racing along the lines of IndyCar.
Right.
So but yeah, I'm always excited for the 24 hours.
Oh yeah, it's always a fun event, like, because you know that A, NASCAR's right around the corner, and B, the entire industry of motorsports is starting soon.
Mm. And you know one thing I love about 24 Hours Daytona? It used to be where all drivers from all different sports forms came in. You got IndyCar drivers, you had NASCAR drivers, and you used to have F1 drivers. But now the F1 teams, they don't like their drivers doing anything else.
Which is dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand it, but I wish it wasn't a thing. Because they could get hurt doing something else, like Robert Kubica.
Mm-hmm. So do you expect, once again, the number 10 Cadillac team for Wayne Taylor Racing to dominate DPI again?
It's hard to say because sports car racing's not as predictable as, say, F1 or even NASCAR. NASCAR can get predictable.
Right. No, and that's completely fair.
I'm sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. I was just going to, that's completely fair because we thought that, I think one of my lights just went out. Goodness gracious. We thought that last year at PT Le Mans that Jordan Taylor and the number 10 Cadillac had the championship locked up. But
Ricky Taylor.
Ricky Taylor. Sorry, no, Jordan's going to be on the team this year.
Yeah. He switched. He moved out of Corvette.
Yeah. I guess that's why I said Jordan. Anyway, sorry. Ricky Taylor thought that we thought that he had the championship locked up last year. Got into a late race accident, lost the championship.
Big crash.
It was a big crash. So, like you said, with endurance racing, it is definitely harder to predict than F1, Cup Series, or even IndyCar. So you never know, and that's really the draw of the 24 Hours of Daytona, because you don't know what'll happen with any class.
And too, like I said, all drivers from all forms come in there. Like I remember 5, 6, 7 years ago, we had Jeff Gordon of all people racing there.
Oh my God! And guess who won?
Who was it? Was it Jeff Gordon?
Mm-hmm. With Ricky Taylor in Cadillac.
Yeah, that's right. He did win, didn't he?
2017.
And and then we had Dale Sr. of all people racing
with Dale Jr.
Yeah. And he did pretty good. And there's a whole bunch of stories about that. I could go on and on of what could have happened. But anyways, then you have former NASCAR driver or former F1 drivers, Kamui Kobayashi. I don't know if he's going to be in it this year.
I don't think so because
he's team principal for Toyota.
Yeah, and he's not teaming up with Jimmy Johnson, and I don't think they're running a car this year.
Is Jimmy Johnson going to be racing?
And I don't think so, but they have been the last 3 years or so.
But you used to have, I don't know who, I have to look at the entry list, but you had drivers like Jimmy Johnson, 7-time NASCAR champion, driving against former F1 driver Kamui Kobayashi and Nelson Piquet Jr. And I think Mika Salo raced in one. I'm not sure though.
Well, like in 2015, for Ganassi, they won DPI overall with Scott Dixon.
Yeah.
I think it was Tony Kanaan, Jamie McMurray, and Kyle Larson. What a wild combination of drivers right there.
And Elio is going to be, I think, full-time sports car this year again.
I think he is full-time endurance, and he's only running the Indy 500 this year, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But man, it's just a conglomeration of all kinds of good drivers. And you know what's funny? It's always lousy weather when the 24 hours Daytona comes around.
That's what makes it fun, because they can handle it.
And it's lousy weather. It rains and it turns off cold every year. It turns off to 40 degrees in Daytona, which is weird.
That's Florida for you.
Yeah. It's like our week of winter. But
that's normally during Daytona 500 week.
But yeah, and I don't think this year they have tire blankets.
That'll be interesting.
I don't think they had tire blankets last year either. I'm not sure.
I don't think they did.
But still. But yeah, I wonder what kind of lousy weather we're going to get this year.
There might be a tornado or two that'll go through, or snow.
Why
not snow?
Actually,
that'd be funny. That'd be pretty funny.
I want to see snow at Long Beach.
Oh my god! Could you imagine
snow at a NASCAR race in Long Beach?
No. That's enough of that. Okay. Anyway, now that we've talked enough about the Rolex 24, a very interesting tweet was sent out. When was it? It was, let's see, 2 days ago. That was Monday, January 8th, Monday morning. Per Adam Stern, IROC is coming back as Ray Evernham and Rob Kaufman have bought the IROC series, brand and trademark, in a bid to revive the iconic racing series. So, IROC could make a return. Now, how cool is that?
That would be really cool, and I wonder if we'd get more foreign-born drivers racing in it than we used to. I mean, we always had some, but I would love to see a legit field of foreign-born drivers of all different countries come and race.
Well, and here's the thing. How is this going to hold up to SRX now? Because SRX is the IROC of today.
Literally, less than 24 hours, SRX had this statement posted to all their social media platforms saying that they would not be racing this year. This conversation aged like milk. This always happens when we discuss things on the podcast. With that being said, enjoy our talks about SRX and IROC that will never happen this year because SRX will not have a season this year. Enjoy the rest of the show.
And now IROC's coming back.
That'll be interesting. I hope it doesn't cause a split.
I hope it doesn't either. I can see it happening, but I don't think Tony Stewart or Evernham will let that happen. Because remember, Evernham, he built the SRX cars.
Right.
So I don't think Evernham would let that happen because he has a say in that series as well.
It's possible they could merge.
They might. They really might.
And just turn it into the Race of Champions under that old name.
But the SRX cars are made for short dirt or asphalt tracks. IROC cars you can take to a road course, a plate track, a short track. You can take them anywhere.
You know, what I can see is they kind of bring in a kind of a combination of disciplines in. Like, of course, you have your traditional Race of Champions car, and then I can see them redeveloping it into making it where it's like sports car. It's stock car combined with sports car that can race pretty much anything, including dirt.
I mean, God, that'd be wild, seeing an IROC race on dirt.
I think that'd be fun.
IROC at Eldora or Knoxville.
I mean, I think it should have every single discipline of racing as within reason. Like, say
it's called the International Racing of Champions for a reason.
Like street track racing, which is its own discipline, ovals, your traditional road course, dirt racing, super speedways.
All right. Off the top of your head, compose me a 6-race IROC schedule, including a dirt track, a short track, an intermediate track, a road course, a street track, and a plate track.
Honestly, I don't. How big are the cars?
Oh,
because
they're about as big as a cup car.
Okay, so let's see. Now, does it have to be in North America?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Chicago street track, because for street racing, which that's kind of made for stock cars.
That'd be a great race.
North Wilkesboro for a short track.
I mean, why not?
A dirt race, maybe Eldora.
I was thinking Eldora as well.
Let's see, a traditional road course. Watkins Glen, maybe, or Sonoma.
I was thinking, if you want my
Road
opinion,
America.
I was thinking Road America.
I think Road America, yeah, that would be perfect. Or Daytona. Daytona road course.
They have run the Daytona road course before.
And there's one other that you were
plate.
Daytona.
Why not?
Because that's like literally the most convenient place.
No, and that's completely fair. If I were to, let's see, I said short track, dirt track, road course, street course, intermediate, and plate.
Oh, I didn't do intermediate, did I?
No.
I'd either say Texas or Charlotte.
Texas. Oh,
I think it would work.
I'd have to see it.
But probably Charlotte. Because Daytona and Charlotte are like the capital. Daytona, Charlotte, and Indianapolis are the racing capitals of United States.
Yeah. Let's see. I would go for dirt. I would go to Knoxville.
Okay.
Short track. Martinsville.
I think that's too small.
I don't know. Well, North Wilkesboro is smaller than Martinsville.
What is it?
Yep.
I thought it was bigger. Oh well.
Let's see. Knoxville, Martinsville. Road course. Road Atlanta.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. Street course.
I was thinking Long Beach initially.
I want to say Long Beach.
I think the cars are too big for it, though.
They are. I think they are too big. Here's a curveball. Nashville.
That is a curveball. I think the cars are too big for Nashville.
You never know. Let's see. And then intermediate track. I want to say Charlotte so bad, but I want it to be different than your schedule. So I will say Kansas.
Okay.
And then plate track. Plate track Talladega.
Yeah. Really, the two big ones, Talladega and Daytona. Now, another traditional road course that would be interesting is Canadian Tire.
That would be cool.
Or
Canadian Tire or
Montreal.
Yep. That would be cool. So those are our thoughts on IROC, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And they said that they're planning to run at least a race this year. So we'll see what happens. Maybe during the summer. I would assume during the summer, honestly. But we'll see what happens in the next coming months.
Now, one thing I could see happen is one kind of sort of becomes a feeder to the other, which I don't think they want that to happen, but that might happen.
I don't think that'll happen because, I mean, there'll be the two series will be competitive,
I hope it's not going to be an IRL and kart sort of thing.
I hope not. I really hope not. I don't think it will be because, like I said, I don't think Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham will let it happen because Evernham has
they're buddies.
Yeah, exactly, and Evernham has pulled in both series, so I don't think he'll let that happen.
I'd love for him to bring back his team with Dodge.
Oh man, that'd be cool. All right, one other big event that is happening in January, which I love because I am a bit of a dirt guy, is the Chili Bowl. The Chili Bowl main event is Saturday night, and last night we had some breaking news that Kyle Larson will be running an extra entry in one of the prelim events tomorrow night, Thursday, to qualify for the Chili Bowl. If he qualifies for the Chili Bowl, he will, first of all, race in the Wild West Shootout, then fly to Tulsa for Saturday night's main event for the Chili Bowl. So that was the big Chili Bowl news so far. But Chase Briscoe has a really fast car for the Chili Bowl. And I know that you don't pay attention to dirt as much as I do, but I enjoy the Chili Bowl because it's just a good time. Because you've got
I always forget to watch it.
Oh, it's such a good time. But to be fair, I don't think that the main event's on TV this year. Because MAV TV kind of struck out on a deal or something with Flow Racing. I don't know. It's something like that. Anyway, but Chase Briscoe has a really good car. It's a shame that Christopher Bell isn't running in it anymore because Joe Gibbs won't allow him to run dirt races anymore after his first son, Coy Gibbs, passed away. Joe wouldn't let him run dirt races anymore because Coy said, yes, go run your dirt races.
Yeah, I can understand that now. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought he was just gonna make one of those rules like F1 teams You can't race in anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can understand that. Is Ryan Newman going to be racing?
I don't think so. I know that Briscoe is racing. Let me see if I can find the entry list real quick, because they should have it on the NASCAR website. Stenhouse is driving. He's a surprise entry as well in the Chili Bowl, much like Larson. Alex Bowman, he's not racing, but he does have a couple of his cars entered into the team or entered into the events. Chase Briscoe, he has locked a spot in the A main Saturday night, so he will be racing on Saturday nights. Let's see. That's not what I need. It's around here somewhere, but NASCAR.com's not letting me find it, which is unfortunate. Oh, hold on. Let's see. NASCAR drivers at the 2024 Chili Bowl. That's what I want. Chase Briscoe. Let's see. Jesse Love, who, by the way, ARCA champion, is moving up to RCR in the Xfinity Series.
You know, I think he should race Michael McDowell's car.
McDowell has another
car.
Oh my god. Okay. Back to what we were saying. JJ Yaley will be racing, as well as Josh Bilicki. So those are all, as of right now, not including Larson and Stenhouse. Those are all the full-time drivers in the Chili Bowl. It's always a good time.
I mean, I might try to watch it this year if it's on TV.
I'd have to double check, but I don't think that it is.
That's unfortunate.
If it is, it would be on MAV TV.
Yeah, I don't think I get MAV TV.
The benefits of cable.
Yeah, I have YouTube.
All right. Enough of the Chili Bowl, but we have some breaking news from Formula One earlier today. It was announced that Gunther Steiner is leaving Haas, effective immediately. I don't know what brought this on. Do you have any thoughts as to what could have happened?
Well, I did see something that somebody posted recently about, with Gunther Steiner heading it, Haas has only had one top 5 finish in the championship. So maybe that could be something to do with
true.
it. But at the same time, I don't know what to make of it, period. Somebody said maybe Andretti's looking to buy Haas, which I'll believe it when I see it.
Because, I mean, that was completely out of left field today.
Maybe he had a fight with Gene. Maybe he didn't look like a legend, a bunch of legends.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to have a disagreement in Gunther which would lead up to Gunther leaving it or leaving the team.
It's just I really don't know what to make of it. And I don't know what's going to happen to Haas. I don't know what anything's going to happen. And it makes me wonder, maybe there is some deal in the works. Maybe Andretti's talking to Haas. But
who knows?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, because I've never, like, I'm not saying that I never would have expected it, but it was certainly out of left field today. That was not on my 2024 bingo card for.
Maybe it could be just that the season results with Haas have been lackluster, to put it kindly.
Maybe probably just frustration of like what 4 years of not doing squat other than a pole and
a couple of fourth place finishes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. But you know what? There hasn't been any changes. The F1 grid. That's like the first time it's ever happened.
What is a kilometer? To be fair, I did not think that Logan was going to keep his ride.
I thought that was 50-50. I don't think he thought he was going to keep it.
I didn't think so either.
I was thinking Schumacher was going to get it.
Man, I would have loved if Mick got that ride.
As much as I want to see an American in F1, I think Mick, I don't want to say deserves the seat, but he has more of a, I don't know what the right word is. His credibility is too strong, too. He has more experience. I'll say that much. So it kind of made me think, too, that this upcoming F1 game, since there's going to be no driver changes, it better have some cool features.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Really? I think it'll have something fancy in it.
I mean, it might, but I mean, the only updated feature to it will be adding China to the schedule, and that's it.
I heard somewhere that they could be doing an overhaul of my team.
They need to fix some things. They really do. But this is EA we're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, there's really, with F1, there's really not a lot going on, to be honest with you, especially with the driver moves or lack thereof.
No,
now,
definitely not.
I did find something very interesting. Now, I'll read off these tracks for everybody here in a second. These tracks, now, Suzuka's in 2024 is when their contract expires. They're in the final year of their contract. And Silverstone. So they need to be renewed this year, which I don't foresee any problems with that. Especially Silverstone, since it's British, and we know they have a very pro-British outlook on things. And Spa. No, Spa's next year.
Yeah.
But do you foresee any changes to the schedule when it comes to contracts?
We were talking about this earlier. The only one that I can see not returning would be Imola.
Yeah, okay. This is next year.
That would be 2025.
Yeah.
I can see I can see all the tracks from that are up for contract this year returning.
Yeah, which is just Silverstone and Suzuka. And next year, 2025, when their contract expires, it's going to be, let's see, Shanghai, China, Imola, Monaco, Spa, Zandvoort, Monza, and Mexico. Yeah,
And we were talking about this before the show. Really, the only one that I can see not returning would be Imola, maybe Zandvoort. But if F1 wants to start riots with the people of the Dutch, yeah,
that they're not going to get rid of Dutch Grand Prix now.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see Mexico going away because they were about to take Mexico away a few years ago, but I think COVID hit.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I can also see Imola being taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where would those tracks go if they were taken away?
I don't know.
Some obscure Middle Eastern country?
I mean, maybe if they get rid of Mexico, they go somewhere else in South America, like somewhere in that area. I don't know.
I think they have a grade 1 track.
Maybe. We need the Antarctic Grand Prix.
Of course. Snow racing.
Why not?
Max would still probably win.
Yeah, he would. I don't think there's a doubt in the world of that.
The only track that I could see maybe taking the place of one of those tracks is Malaysia. I think they have a legitimate chance to come back.
Maybe. I think there's a good chance of that happening, but I don't know. I couldn't give you a definitive answer today.
I would love to see South Africa return, though.
Yeah, you've definitely been saying that. I remember us talking about that.
Yeah.
A couple times.
And from what I know, which is not a lot, I could see, I don't think they have to really do all that much to update it to F1 standards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but the only one I could see maybe getting a date is Malaysia. And I've read where that Liberty said at one point that it's not a given that Monaco will get a contract. Which I think they're going to get a contract. I think they're just saying that. But still, imagine a calendar without Monaco.
That would be weird. That would be very weird.
But yeah, those tracks, I hope they all return. But if they don't, tracks I would like to see come back are Nürburgring / Hockenheim, Malaysia, South Africa, Argentina. Nobody talks about Argentina. Buenos Aires enough.
Yeah, no, they definitely. Like I said, I genuinely don't know, because I don't have any thoughts on it. If I'm being perfectly honest.
But yeah, F1's kind of in aside from Gunther Steiner being fired or him leaving or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
There hasn't really been any exciting F1 news. This is really the boring period for F1 because we're right in that in-between phase, which drivers' contracts are settled for the most part, and we're before preseason testing and paint scheme reveals. I hope it's not going to be all black cars this year because none of the teams want to use paint.
I mean, maybe like, I don't know. Maybe Red Bull will come up with something creative.
Nah.
Yeah, probably not.
It'll be the same. I can tell you one thing, though. Ferrari's going to be red.
Really?
Yeah.
That means McLaren will be orange.
I'm hoping they go orange and chrome, or even better, red and chrome.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Williams will. Was it Williams? No, it wasn't Williams. I don't know. There was. Shoot. It might have been Williams. No, it wasn't Williams. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Apparently, you're having an internal argument about if something's Williams.
I am having a very fierce internal argument. There was somebody in 2022 who did an alternate pink and blue paint scheme.
It was Alpine, or whatever it was.
Alpine. Jesus, why couldn't I think of Alpine? I was like, that team that Fernando Alonso was on.
Yeah. And the team that Oscar Piastri didn't go to. I love how that's become a meme.
It's become a huge meme.
Because all the NASCAR drivers are doing that now. I noticed on Twitter.
So, yeah, no, I apologize because I'm looking at my phone. I texted my manager or something, and I was like, "Hey, I may need to do a dispute on my account tomorrow." And she was like, "How convenient for the banker to do a dispute on their own account." I was like, "Thanks."
Embezzlement.
I don't know. When I looked at the transaction, it says it was reversed, or it was approved, and then it was reversed back into my account. So I don't know what's going on. I'll take a look at it more in detail tomorrow when I go to work. Anyway, enough about my existential crisis. We are now going to go talk about our thing, our baby, the Austin Dillon feeder series. The NASCAR Cup Series.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this most recent edition of the Outside Line podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to check us out on Spotify at The Outside Line. And if you liked Christopher, Jacob, and I's opinions, make sure to check us out on Backsports page for more articles and opinions about F1, NASCAR, and IndyCar. Thank you again for watching The Outside Line.